Welcome to lesson 10, side gigs and extra jobs, finding your niche and selling. This lesson is all about if you have decided that you're an entrepreneur, then this is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. So, all right, I'm going to start sharing my screen and we're going to go from there. Here we go. Okay. Before you start this lesson, you should have an idea of whether to find a side job or start a side hustle. And you should have a budget that you're using and following, because this is only really going to help you if you have a budget already. So you are getting closer to debt free. Please remember to take any lessons to your group financial coaching sessions. You get 2 per month for the 6-month subscription. You can always restart the 6-month subscription if you want. But use those 2, okay? At this point, you have a budget, you're tracking that budget, and you're focused on your next step. You're probably curious and maybe you're mad excited that there's a section on starting a side hustle. A good side hustle will accelerate your debt snowball faster than you could believe. But here's a side note, okay? Quick side note. No MLMs. This is a no MLM zone. Multi-level marketing schemes and companies only profit the company and about 1% of people who work for them. Those aren't odds I'm willing to gamble with, and you shouldn't be either. If you think that you're going to be in the 1% who actually makes money from an MLM, well, let's take your skills and good luck to the next level in a business that will make you even more money than an MLM. Sound good? Okay. So that means no MLMs. Please don't gamble with them. You almost always lose. All right. So let's get into picking a side hustle. Side hustles are self-directed ways you make an extra income on the side. You need to either sell services or sell items to make a side hustle work for you. Basically, you have to, over half of the job is selling, especially when you first get started. Selling and getting somebody to buy from you. So Saver Street, this company that I own here, it started as a side hustle. Sometimes side hustles can become bigger businesses if you enjoy it and the business makes enough money. So let's really cut to the chase. Here are some side hustles that you can start quickly: childcare, elder care, furniture flipping, handyman, tutoring, house or office cleaning, self-storage, bookkeeping, dog walking, and cleaning or grooming. That list, that was just to get you to start thinking about a side hustle, to start thinking. So let's get into what works for you. All right. I wanted to kind of start you somewhere so that you can get in the mode. But now let's talk about you. While you're getting out of debt, your side hustle should check all of these boxes. It should fit your schedule. Do you need to go to work at your full-time job? Do you have obligations outside of work, like to your family? It should fit your schedule. This next one is huge. Your side hustle should maximize your skill set. It should use the skills you have. This is so key. Okay. I've been coaching officially and unofficially for years now, and I have helped people start their side hustles. One woman I know is becoming a stylist. Another is becoming a bookkeeper. Another is a freelance writer. Another builds websites. A guy I know uses his Excel and finances skills to help startup companies. Another cleans guns. That one really pays well. Another cleans houses, and that's pretty lucrative per hour too. Okay. Nobody wants to scrub their tub. We talked about those. Because of the network I'm in, I know a lot of part-time coaches. I know life coaches, wellness coaches, financial coaches, business coaches. I know a woman who started her own in-home daycare. Okay. So think through the skills you have and don't worry about making a mistake here. Don't worry about it. If you're committed to starting a side hustle, start something. Just start. You're going to change it, guaranteed. Like, I can guarantee that. Starting is how you find what you really enjoy and what you're really good at. Okay, just start. It will morph. It will change. That's fine. Some people make food and they sell it. Figure out if that sounds like something fun to you and something like that you can do. Figure out the cottage laws in your area before you start selling food from your kitchen. That's my little caveat there. Okay. Now, a side hustle is only worth doing if it pays you well. Figure out, this is third bullet point there is pay you well. Figure out what you're being paid per hour worked. It should pay you more than a side job. If it is worth the risk, it should pay you more than a side job. And while you're in debt, starting a side hustle should cost you almost nothing to start. Okay. Yes, I know that sounds impossible. It's not. You should need to take you shouldn't need to take expensive classes or pay a bunch of money for software or services to start your side business. You definitely shouldn't be paying for ads. The most you should pay for is some printouts so you can market your business with tear off flyers or at a business in your area. Okay. The best kinds of businesses to start with low or no startup costs are service-based businesses. That's why I had like dog walker and elder care and coaching and things like that. Okay. The second best kinds of businesses with low startup costs are flipping businesses. You get not flipping houses. I know everybody thinks that at first, not flipping houses. I'm not telling you to put like thousands of dollars on the line here. That's not what I'm saying. You can get like free furniture, for example, off Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist, if that still exists, and flip it with your time and expertise. Okay. That works well and is pretty profitable depending on how much time it takes you to do each piece. Okay. Think about, again, go back to that pay you well, time per hour spent. Now, businesses can only sell things or services that people need or want to buy. It has to fill a need in your community. Think about the needs in your community and how they match up to your skill set. That guy who cleans guns, he found that he was in a community of a lot of hunters and people who are like gun fanatics. Nobody likes to clean their guns, just like nobody likes to clean their tubs. So he started cleaning guns and then he was known for it and people paid a pretty penny for him to clean their guns. So look to solve a problem for people. Look for a problem that you can solve. That's the beginning of your side hustle. And this should go without saying, your side hustle should be legal. So don't do anything illegal, guys. Okay. Don't do anything illegal. Okay. So coming back from there, here's what you do. List out your skills, big and small, and think through how each can fill a need in your community. One woman I know became a hairdresser. She already had the certification. She had taken the classes. She had been a hairdresser before. And she realized that being a traveling hairdresser, going to people's houses, especially in COVID times and wearing a mask and doing all this stuff, made people a lot more comfortable and they would pay her hundreds of dollars for their hair. So when she listed out her skills, that was in there and it became a big thing for her. So list out your skills, big and small, and think through how each can fill a need in your community. Now decide on the side hustle to start. I know that was really quick. What, you're asking me to decide right now? Yes, I am. You don't need a company name or any fancy marketing. Ask people if they need or want that service. Just ask. Drop a little note in your Facebook neighborhood community or something like that and see if people are already buying or selling the stuff that you want to create. If people are already selling it or if people are buying it or if people are using the service, probably there's room for you. This, I don't know if you know this, but this is one of my favorite topics in group financial coaching. I love to help people start their companies. So if you have decided to start a side hustle and you're having trouble figuring out what to do, bring it to the group. Let's discuss it. Okay. So once you've decided on the one kind of business you'll open on the side, it's time to start to market that business. And all marketing means, I know that's a scary word and people don't like hearing it. All marketing means is letting the right people know about your business and what it can do for them. That's it. Well, sort of. It's about letting people know that there's a problem that you can solve for them. Okay. That's it. Letting people know there's a problem that you can solve for them. So your chosen business needs a few things to get started. You don't need a Facebook page or a bunch of social media posts unless that is your business. If you are an online marketer and you want that as your side hustle, you better have a Facebook page and a bunch of social media posts. All right. Show me how good you are by attracting a huge following yourself, and then maybe I'll hire you. Okay. Probably not, but maybe. So let's say you're cleaning houses on the weekend or doing outdoor work, like hanging Christmas lights or decorating indoor or outdoor spaces. You don't need a social media page. What you do need is who you're looking to sell to. Are they affluent clients? Where do they live? Where do they shop? Literally, where can you hang flyers or target to find people who will hire you? Like, where do they hang out physically? So you can put flyers there so they go, oh, hey, yeah, I didn't want to do that myself this year. Okay. Do your friends know of anyone? Can you make a PDF of a flyer to send to them to send around? Ask for help, get referrals. Okay. On your one flyer that you made in Canva, you need a write-up of your services and their benefits. A phone number. Google has free phone numbers that will ring to your phone through an app. An email address, and @Gmail is fine. Your prices and when you operate. People like to know when they can call and when you work. Okay. Then make a PDF using Canva's free website, just free templates, and print a few flyers. Hang them in the neighborhoods that your customer lives in. Call businesses and ask for referrals or for advice. Business owners love giving advice. Okay. Post on social media if you need to, on Facebook Marketplace, on Craigslist, on Nextdoor. Say you're trying to pay down some debt. People understand. Again, 76% of people are living paycheck to paycheck. 60% of people cannot weather a $1,000 emergency. People understand. Or don't say that. That's fine. You don't have to if you don't want to. I found that it works really well to get some business or have people share posts. And when people share posts, just like one or two, you don't need a bunch of them, just one or two. Then things tend to happen. Okay. But your number one way is actually flyering neighborhoods that your customers live in. It's really tempting to skip this step. Okay. Don't skip this step. Do not skip this step. But to find out who you want to sell to, fill out a few things about your target audience. You need to know who your target audience is in order to speak their language and sell to them. Maybe you're selling to elementary school parents who are exhausted, need a break, and want a night out on their own, or a clean house. Maybe you're selling to single parents. Maybe you're selling to rich kids. Maybe you're selling to people who love to decorate their houses. Maybe you're selling to gun owners who don't have the time to clean their guns because they're too busy working. Maybe you're selling to, you get my point? Do you get my point? Okay. Those are all very different kinds of people. In order to know how to sell to them, you have to know who they are and what language they use. People who don't get calls, listen to what I'm saying. List who they are and what services they provide. People who get calls know who their audience is and list the benefits they provide to their target customers. I love a clean house, but I love it for different reasons than most people. I'm an exhausted mom, sure. Okay. But I'm also disabled. I can't get down on my hands and knees to scrub my tub without repercussions, right? Without it affecting me for days. So I hire a house cleaner. She's amazing. And I pay her something like $30, $40 an hour. Okay. She's amazing. Know who your target audience is, and you'll be able to talk to them. The benefit for me is not that I'm an exhausted mom. That's part of who I am. And that's not a benefit anyway. It's not like lightening my load. The benefit for me is I'm avoiding pain. The benefit for me is I get a clean house. Okay. Okay. So list all these things: age range, where they live, what they believe, what they need and why, what they enjoy, what they do for work, what their style is sometimes. sometimes it's something you need. And then here you go. You need a phone number and an email address that is specific to your business. So go to voice.google.com and set up a free phone number and register a new email address at gmail.com. That is good enough. You're fine. That's good enough. Then it's time to pick a price. When you're just starting out, but that doesn't mean that you should undercharge. If you're just starting to clean houses, do not quote $15 an hour. Okay. Look at the house, take a walkthrough and say, okay, I think this is going to take me 5 hours to clean. So $150. It's going to feel like a steal to them. Okay. And then next time, say 200, not to the same clients, but to different people. And just go for it. Make that money. So when you're finding the right price, find out first what other people are charging for the same service or, for stuff in your area, depending on what you're doing. Number 2, charge the same amount for the same service. You don't have to underprice yourself. Charge the same amount for the same service. And then 3, done. Don't overthink this. That's it. Find out what people are charging and charge the same thing. That's it. That's as much thinking as you need to do. Now, hours. Think through your schedule and the actual hours you can feasibly work this side hustle each day of the week, each day. And make sure, and I'm asking you this, please trust me. Just trust me on this one. Make sure to have a day of rest. That's Sunday for me, because otherwise you might burn out hard, because that's me. And so I'm generalizing here, but I have seen people work really hard and burn out. And I've seen people take that day of rest and go for a long time. Okay. So if you want to do this and really do it, make sure to have a day of rest. Now let's talk about reaching your market. Reaching your market is dependent on what your business is, who you're targeting, and what you know about them. I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again because it's worth repeating. Find people where they are. That's your best bet. That's why I said your best bet is flyering neighborhoods. Flyers and referrals will be your best option here. Find people where they are. And now here's a note on taxes. Make sure to set aside taxes. I calculate a usually high 30% of profits set aside for taxes. That's not your money. The government will ask for it, and you don't want to go back into debt. Set it aside and pay your taxes. I actually send it in, just like those quarterly estimated taxes are due. I just send it in quarterly because the government is going to ask for it. So I opened a separate account, and every single month I put in, or every single paycheck, depending on which phase of life I was in, I would put in 30%, and every quarter I'd send it to the government, and it hurt and it was hard and I hated it, but I did it because I didn't want to be in tax debt. Okay. So do that. Pay your taxes. Now start now. Start before you know what you're doing. Messy action is better than no action. I've seen clients get ready for months and sometimes years. I'm not joking. Stop getting ready. You see, I don't know if you heard how much urgency I had behind all of this. Stop getting ready and just start doing. It's going to change. But the only way that you'll know what should change and how it should change is by doing it. So take that first step. You'll make some mistakes. So does everyone. Some action is better than no action. When you first learned anything, you were bad at it. Okay. Anything. Coloring in the lines as a kid, you were bad at it. You're going to start terrible at finding your audience. It's going to be terrible. Then you'll get better. You'll change. You'll hone your skills, and it will get easier. But you have to do it. So start now. Do it. I'm excited for you. This is my excited face. Be excited. Go do it. Okay? Go. If this is your lesson, if you are an entrepreneur, go start. All right. Let's review what we covered in this lesson. We covered picking a side hustle that fits you with your skills, drafting a target audience, setting up the basics, and starting now. Start now. So go do it. Pick a side hustle. Figure out what kind of business you want to start and operate. It could be something that you'll only do as a side business, or it could be something that you ultimately want to grow. I really loved furniture flipping. Is it my full-time business? No, I don't do it anymore. So guys, it's fine to do something just temporarily too. And don't worry about a name for now. All right. The number two, define your audience. Answer the audience questions. Who are they and why would your business benefit them? I have a whole worksheet for that. Then three, start marketing. Start now. Go for it. You'll make mistakes. That's okay. That's okay. Design and print out a few flyers and place them where your target audience lives and works. Test it out. Test out a few things. Go get some business by calling up business owners and asking them for advice. Okay. This whole lesson is about starting a side hustle to help you pay down your debt. Please don't take longer than 4 or 5 days to get started. This should be something you decide and start without knowing everything you'll need to know to start. Go get that extra income. You're not going to know what you need to know until you start. If you need help or you have questions, please join the group financial coaching sessions. We're here to help you get out of debt for good. So before you start the next lesson, which is insurance. So buckle up, guys. You should have a side hustle business niche, service or stuff. You should know what you're doing. You should have a target audience defined, marketing that you've already started. Go do that homework. I don't want to see you until you do your homework. And then the beginnings of a second income. Okay. You can do this. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. The worst thing is yourself. You're psyching yourself up. Calm down, make a flyer, go for it, guys. Do your homework. I'll see you in the next video.